All right. Okay. So we will be doing this next paper today, which is the May-June 2022 variant 2-2. Okay. So for you fellow Malaysians, this was what your seniors took. Okay. All of you have done the paper 1 already. So I hope that this paper 2, y'all will see there will be a couple of questions that are a bit trickier. Okay. So y'all, by the end of this paper, okay, after y'all mark it already, I want to see what are all your grades. Okay, so just try your best. Remember, we want to benchmark against the official grade boundaries so that we'll know roughly what is our predicted results already. Okay, so I'll go straight to the questions here. Question 1. Okay, do not use a calculator in this question. A curve has equation y equals to 6 plus sert x plus over 3 plus sert x, where x is more than 0. Find the exact value of y when x equals to 6. Give your answer in the form a plus b sert c. Okay, a plus b sert c. All right, how do you do this? A plus b sert c, what form is this? This is a rationalized form. All right, so these are one of the early chapters. So you just need to rationalize the value. This is just a 3-mark question. Okay, wait. Okay, so let's just write the question first. Anyone don't know what is rationalizing? Okay, anyone don't know? Oh no, Okay, so 6 plus sert x, 3 plus sert x. So my top and bottom multiply by the conjugate sert. Okay, multiply by the conjugate sert. Okay, so because this one 3 plus sert x times 3 minus sert x. The concept is a plus b, a minus b equals to a square minus b square. Okay, this one in your maths paper also, for those who are taking, I mean, most of you are taking maths, right? If they ever sometimes say the term difference in 2 squares, so they are referring to this one. Okay, difference in 2 of or in, okay, of 2 squares. Okay, so we are actually using these properties. Answer 18 minus 6 sert x plus 3 sert x minus x over a square minus b square, which is 9 minus x. Okay, then you get 18 minus 3 sert x minus x over 9 minus x. Okay, then after that, they say find the exact value. So please don't go and expand it to or type inside your calculator. We just want to leave it in terms of sert. So when x equals to 6, y equals to 18 minus 3 sert 6 minus 6 over 9 minus 6, which will give you 12 minus 3 sert 6 over 3. Okay, you go simplify it, you get 4 minus sert 6. Okay, you all just follow the marks where you see all the marks in the paper. All right. Any question? Good? Good. All right, 3 marks. Let's go. Question 2. The diagram shows the graph of y equals to modulus fx and y equals to gx. Okay, let's put this another color. Okay, y equals to gx. Where y equals to fx and y equals to gx are straight lines. Solve the inequality modulus fx is less than or equals to gx. Okay, so for this one, right, how do we do?
Can you swipe up to question 1 for 1 second?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Shanna, you got the paper I sent to you already. All the answers are there. Okay, how to do this? So for this kind of question, you're going to construct the equation first, because we cannot read it from here. If you're going to read it, you're just going to estimate it, right? Okay, and you don't have a graph paper also. Okay, so don't do all those things. What we want to do is we need to construct what is fx, what is gx, then solve the inequality. Okay, so what is gx? Okay, what is gx? All right, so we see here gx. Gx is this line. fx is this line. Okay, so gx. All right, what are the values that we can find? So we can see this -1 and 1 over here, right? So we utilize these two values. So you can use your y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1, or you can just count one by one lah. Okay, find your gradient first. 1 minus 0, 0 minus 1, okay, which is equals to 1. Then okay, we this one can straight away find y equals mx plus c, right? Because you see from the graph, I also can see what's the c already, which is my y-intercept, c equals to -1. Okay, therefore gx will be equals to x minus 1. All right, this is the first equation. Second equation, we know that this is a modulus graph. Okay, so your graph, right, can either be like this, going down, or going up. Okay, does it matter? Actually, not really. Okay, you solve either way, also you'll still get the same answer. Okay, I am going to use going down. All right, I'm going to use going down. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Okay, okay, second one. So for fx graph, m, okay, I got 5, I got 2.5. So 5 minus 0 over 0 minus 2.5, which is equals to -2. C from the graph, which is my y-intercept, I can read. This is 5. So C is equal to 5. Okay, we are just constructing straight line equations. This is from your mathematics knowledge. Therefore, fx is equals to -2x plus 5. Okay, I think if for those who go the other way, okay, you all will get y equals to 2x minus 5. Correct? Okay, also correct. All right, so both ways also works. Both ways also works. All right, now that we have these two equations already, we need to solve this inequality. Modulus fx, okay, modulus fx is less than or equals to gx. Okay, so we just put it inside modulus -2x plus 5 less than or equals to what's gx? X minus 1. Okay, y'all gotta remember, I think most students even from I think my past few batches, they always get confused with the symbol for modulus one side. Okay, modulus one side and then less than or less than equal. Okay, I want to know, how do you all memorize this? Do you all just memorize the equation? How do you all solve this inequality for most of you here? Square both of them. No? Can you square both of them? These are modulus one side only. Modulus one side only. Modulus two side only you can modulus. Plus and minus the other side, right hand side. Okay, straight away plus minus the right hand side. Okay, any other methods? Any other methods? Okay, if you all follow textbook, this is what textbook say. If you have modulus one side less than or equals to Q. Oh, okay. I think I know what you did. Okay, never mind. This one, okay, this one, what you want to do? They write like that. P less than or equals to Q. Okay, let's say you forget the equation, because got so many equations for you to memorize, right? Okay, let's just say you forget. You have to be careful for modulus, right? You cannot straight away put the plus minus to the right hand side. Okay, because I see very common mistake. All right, that is actually the shortcut method when you put equal sign. All right, this is what I mean. If you want to open it using the plus minus way, right? You start from the left hand side itself. Okay, you open up the bracket from the left hand side itself. It means your plus and minus is from here. Why the inequality symbol will change for the equal sign. Okay, let's just say you totally forget okay, whether the less than equal or more than equal, and then got only one side. Doesn't matter. Okay, because I know many students always get confused. Okay, I just want you to take note on this. the trick is actually you put the plus minus by opening the modulus where got the modulus is, but you don't straight away shift it to the right, to the other side, the plus minus. Understand? Okay, why okay, why is this the case, right? It's because, okay, let's just say I put this one is plus, this one is minus. So positive, then this one will be negative 2x plus 5 less than or equals x minus 1. Then you see, right, this one negative 2x plus 5 less than or equal x minus 1, right? Okay, for the positive one, it doesn't matter. Okay, positive one, you just do it as it is, right? But what happens with the negative one? If I want to divide the whole equation by negative, what will happen here? The symbol changes, right? Okay, the symbol changes. The thing is, if you straight away throw your plus minus to the right hand side, right, your symbol won't change. You will still maintain it as less than or equal. Okay, so if any of you want to use this method, or you all forget whatever method that you all use in exam, always remember when you want to do a modulus inequality and the modulus is just one side, right? You start the plus minus from where the modulus is. Don't straight away throw to the other side or shift it to the other side. Okay, because this is what when you all learn equals for solving modulus kind of question in I think the chapter 1 or chapter 2, right? That is what you all learn. Straight away, the textbook straight away put the plus minus to the right hand side or the left hand side, right? To the opposite side. Okay, but for inequality, the trick is actually starting the plus and minus from where the modulus is, because especially the minus one, it will affect the symbol. Okay, please take note on this. All right. Okay, so this one, let's just say I want to, okay, we just slowly move. So this one will be what? 6 less than equals 3x. Okay, x is more than or equals to 2. Okay, then this one, let's say if I want to take away the negative here, okay, I just multiply. Okay, this one 2x negative 5, x minus 1, then x then less than 4, less than or equal to 4. You can see if you straight away put the plus minus to the right hand side, your symbol confirm wrong. Okay, your symbol confirm wrong. Okay, so we can actually present it as like this: x less than or equals 2 to 4. Okay, this is how you get your 5 marks. Okay, any question here? Any question here? Okay, I assume all okay.
So for the inequality, you have it in the dashboard, right?
I have it in the what?
The dashboard thing.
Dashboard. What dashboard?
The one that
Thinkific,
you record. Oh, yeah, Thinkific, sorry.
I have to check. I have to check. But you look into the cheat sheet, all the concepts are there already.
All right.
Because inequality is like this weird chapter that is like one small part there only. Okay, it's like one small part. Okay, so there are 3 scenarios It's just modulus p less than q, modulus p more than q, then modulus p then less than or equal or more than modulus q. Okay, 3 scenarios only. You all can see this is which chapter? Chapter 5. Okay, chapter 5. Okay, can? Yeah. Okay, next one. Question 3. Find the possible values of k for which the equation kx squared plus k plus 5 bracket x minus 4 equals to 0. Okay. Has real roots. Okay, has real roots. What is the equation? Has real roots. B squared minus 4ac equals 0. Bigger than. Okay, what do you think? Has real roots. Okay, Shannon say bigger or equals to 0. Greater than, okay, which one? Which one do you think it is? Yeah, everyone's saying different things.
Is it greater than equals?
Greater than equals, yes. Okay, greater than equal. Okay, this is I don't know whether, honestly, I don't know whether your textbook got say also. So this is another, the small part. You write this down, all the possible, this is the language that you all need to take note of. So if b square minus 4ac, most students will write it as b square minus 4ac more than 0. Okay, I see many students wrote this one. It's wrong. Okay, this one is, you all see, I actually wrote in the master solution. This one is when they say two different roots or two distinct roots. Okay, distinct and different is the same meaning. Okay. Second one, b square minus 4ac equals to 0. This is two equal roots. Okay, two equal roots. Third scenario, b square minus 4ac less than 0. This one, no roots. Okay, or no real roots. This is a language that they will use. If they say this one, b square minus 4ac less than more than or equals to 0, this is when they say has two real roots or has real roots. Okay, the word got real. Okay, just need to remember this particular equation. All right, so for those, I think most of you will write as more than, right? Minus 1 mark. All right, I think I will assume that all your working should more or less be correct. Okay, you just need to take note on this small language because this one came out a few times also already. Okay, so b square minus 4ac more than or equals to 0. Okay, but don't worry, you'll get all the other marks if your value is correct. You calculate it correctly. Only the last mark, the symbol. Okay, so let's just put in the values. So k plus 5 square minus 4ac. Okay, more than or equals to 0. Open out the bracket. K square plus 26k plus 25 more than or equals to 0. Okay, factorize this. Remember, in exam, if you cannot factorize, just use your calculator. Okay, then work backwards. K plus 25. Okay. This one, more than or equals to 0. We will get k is equals to -1. K equals to -25. Wait, did I write one of the symbol wrong? K, okay, all right. Okay, after here, remember this is under quadratic inequalities. Quadratic inequalities. All these are the earlier chapters. Okay, we gotta draw the quadratic graph, and we put the roots here. Since it's more than or equals, so it's here and here. Okay, the region less than and more than the roots. So k will be less than or equals to -25. K more than or equals to -1. Okay, this is under quadratic inequalities. Okay, this also falls under chapter 5. Okay, chapter 5 is the weird chapter. It's like the alone, it's like a bit of chapter 1, 2, and 3. Okay, you all see the chapter 5. All right. Okay, so this is quadratic inequality chapter 5. All right, question 4. Variables x and y are related by the equation y equals to 1 plus 2 over x plus 1 over x squared, where x is more than 0. Use differentiation to find the approximate change in x when y increases by from 4 by the small amount 0.01. Okay, what type of question is this first? Under differentiation. What type of question is this? Okay, so there are a couple of questions that we have in differentiation. This one is your small increments and approximation. Okay, small increments and approximation. The main equation is delta y over delta x equals to dy over dx. Okay, they will ask us to find either delta y or delta x. Typically, if you see in textbook, right, they will straight away write delta y equals to dy over dx times delta x. Okay, that's not what I want you all to remember. We always write the entire thing because sometimes, you see, in this case, they ask us to find what is delta x, right? This is not the not so common question for approximate change. Typically, they will ask you to find delta y. Okay, so we cannot always assume that they are asking us to find delta y. All right, so let's see what's given in the question. So they say y increases from 4 by the small amount 0.01. That means what? This is my delta y, right? They give us delta y instead of delta x. They want us to find the approximate change in x. That means what is delta x here, which is not the typical straightforward one. Okay, so there will be a little bit more extra steps for this kind of question. So you just write down whatever information you have first. So delta y equals to 0.01. Then I got to find dy over dx. Okay, go and find what's your dy over dx. Okay, wait. Let me find what's the x first because they give you y, right? Okay, they give us y over here. Okay, let's maybe find what's the, okay, in no particular order actually. Okay, second one, we find what's the x value first. Okay, so when y equals to 4, okay, so 4 equals to 1 plus 2 over x plus 1 over x squared. Okay, these are a little bit more steps, okay, if they ask you to find what is delta x. Okay, go and solve this. Okay, go and solve this. Multiply the whole thing by x squared. Okay, we will get this one. Okay, wait, simplify a little bit more first. This one will be 3 minus 2 over x minus 1 over x squared equals to 0. Okay, this one multiply the whole thing by x squared. So you get 3x squared minus 2x minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, go and solve this. 3x plus 1, x minus 1 equals to 0, x equals to negative 1 over 3, and x equals to 1. Okay, they say the criteria here, x is more than 0. Therefore, I reject this one. Okay, I reject this x value. So I have x equals to 1. I have delta y equals to 0.01. I also got y equals to 4. Okay, what else do I need? I need to sub into this equation, right? Why reject? Here, the question says x is more than 0. Because of this statement, not because of the equation or anything. Okay? All right. Okay, then what we need to find? We need to find what's dy over dx. So I got delta y. I need to find dy over dx. So dy over dx, you just need to differentiate it. Okay, what is dy over dx? Negative 2x to the power of negative 2 minus 2x to the power of negative 3. Okay, you all just go and change this one. Yeah, I did shortcut already. This one you can just change it to plus 2 to the power 2x to the power of negative 1 plus x to the power of negative 2. Okay, we just differentiate this, you get this. Okay, I just maybe write it down. This is my y. Okay, then I want to sub in my x equals to 1 so I can find the value of dy over dx. So when x equals to 1, dy over dx equals to 2, 1 to the power of -2 minus 2 times 1 to the power of -3, you get -4. Okay, I prefer subbing it inside here first. I know some of you, you all just sub in the last one. It doesn't matter. But it's just that, remember, I like to break it down to part by part. So it's easier for me to check also. And just in case if I get it wrong. Okay, so next part, delta y over delta x equals to dy over dx. Okay, I got my delta y, which is 0.01 over delta x, which is equals to -4. Okay, we just rearrange the entire equation. Delta x, 0.01 divided by -4. Therefore, delta x is equals to -1 over 400. 1 over 400. Okay, this is the not so typical one. So you need to not assume if they give you delta y. You include the -1 over 3. That means you found for the -1 over 3 also. Your this one correct or not? The answer? -1 over 400. Correct. Then you -1 mark. Okay. Any questions? This one? Okay, so this is an approximate change kind of question. Just a short recap also. What type of question that will come out for differentiation? Okay, types of question. First one is the typical, basically all your rules lah. Okay, but they won't ask you purely just rules only. Okay, your gradient function, your power rule, your chain rule, your product rule, your quotient rule. Okay, second one, they will ask you probably some tangent and normal line. Okay, tangent and normal line. Okay, construct some sort of tangent line or normal line. You need to relate it with dy over dx. dy over dx also means gradient. Okay, third type, approximation, which is this one. Okay, small increments and approximation. Okay, small increments and approximation. Increments and approximation, which is delta y over delta x equals to dy over dx. Question 4, rates of change. Okay, rates of change, which is we use the chain rule. Okay, use chain rule. Then the fifth type, normally they will ask you to find your d square y over dx squared. Okay, so actually, if you are very clear, right, on what type of question are they asking, you just need to go to that particular section, okay, or the step-by-step process. Don't get confused. Don't do like rates of change, then you do small increments, then you do tangent and normal line, because all these are like totally different methods. Okay, and the question 4, anyone still 100%? Good. No. Okay, good. Good. All right, question 5. Question 5, solve the equation 625 to the power of x cubed minus 1 over 2 over 125 x cubed equals to 5. Okay, 3-mark question. All you need to do, slowly simplify all of it. Okay, then what else can you all see here? 625, 125, 5. Okay, it's all 5 to the power of something, right? Okay, you can change it to base 5. Then you can just compare. Then we use our law of indices. Okay, so if you don't know what 625, just type in your calculator, just try and error. Okay, so you just type lah. 5 to the power of 3, 5 to the power of 4. Okay, 5 to the power of 4, you get 625. So this will be 5 to the power of 4 x cubed minus 1 over 2 over, this one will be 5 to the power of 3x cubed. Okay, open up the bracket. Okay, over here actually I can put 2, then 1. Therefore, it will be 5 power 2x cubed minus 1 over, here there's equals 5. 5 to the power of 3x cubed. Okay, we can use the law of indices, which is your, let's say, 5 to the power of a minus, divide by 5 to the power of b, which is 5 to the power of a minus b. Okay, we just take all the power and then we minus it off. Okay, so 5 to the power of 2x cubed minus 1 minus 3x cubed equals to 5 power 1 minus 1. Oh, sorry. This one is 2. 2. Okay. You got one big base on the left-hand side, one big base on the right-hand side. We just need to compare the power. Okay. Let's compare the power. Okay, my value is correct. Okay, so 2x cubed minus 2 minus 3x cubed equals to 1. Okay, then go simplify it. Okay, so this you get what? Minus x cubed equals to 3, x cubed equals to negative 3, and just type in the calculator. X equals to negative 1.44. Okay, if you leave it as cube root negative 3, also you still get the full marks. Okay, because they never ask you to put it in a particular form lah. So you just leave it there also can. Okay, next one. Question B. On the axis, sketch the graph of y equals to 4e to the power x plus 3. Okay, 4e to the power x plus 3, showing the values of any intercepts with the coordinate axis. Okay, so this one is a sketching of graph. It's one of the 8 graphs that I mentioned. Okay, that you need to know, which is your exponential graph. So we need to just translate from the original one, or you actually can calculate it also lah. Okay, but you just if you are translating it from the original one, right? You just need to understand like this. Y equals to e to the power x. It looks like this. Okay, which you all should know the properties. Okay, so here you get your asymptote. Hey, what am I doing? Okay, asymptote is y equals to 0, right? Okay, this is y ex. Okay, so 1. Okay, 1. So how would it affect the 4e to the power x plus 3? Okay, if I were to explain one step at a time, if you want to use straight away use graph like that. So 4e to the power x, actually the logic, right, is the same as how you all do your sine, cos, and tangent graph one. It affects, you multiply the whole equation by 4, right? Okay, which is, it will affect the amplitude lah. So this one, you multiply it by 4. You multiply it by 4, which will be This one will be 4. Okay, but your asymptote is still at 0. Okay, y equals to, you all can see the topic here. Then the last one, plus 3 means your vertical translation. Your whole graph shift up by 3. Okay, the whole graph shift up by 3. So your asymptote also shift up by 3. Okay, then 4 plus 3, this one will be 7. Okay, this is how you do using like just calculating using the graph like that. Okay, you have to understand what each value of this, right? How would it affect the graph? Okay. So you need to what they say, show the values of any intercepts with the coordinate axis. Okay, so we need to show this asymptote also. Okay, y equals to 3. Y equals to 3. This will be 1 mark. Okay, then this one will be 7. Okay, so y equals to 4e to the power x plus 3. Okay, it's just really understanding how the equation, how it affect the equation, like each value. Okay, Ken? All right. Question 6. In this question, I is a unit vector due east, j is a unit vector due north. A cyclist rides at a speed of 4 meters per second on a bearing of 0.15 degrees. Write the velocity vector of the cyclist in the form xi plus yj, where x and y are constant. Okay, so velocity vector means you got I and j. Okay, so this is actually the last part in your kinematics. In your vectors. Constant velocity problems. Okay, this is a constant velocity problem type of question. Okay, so you need to draw it out first. 0.15. Okay, how your bearing 0.15 look like? So from north, right? Okay, from the north. So your angle is something like this. Okay, I use another color. Okay, this is 0.15. Okay, we just roughly sketch out. Okay, 15 degrees. Okay, 15 degrees. Okay, so over here, this is your x and your y. Okay, this is your north. All right, so if it's going in this direction, right, means what? And one more thing they give you is 4, right? 4 meters per second. So I just need to find what's my x and what's my y direction. Okay, if you all actually attended my vector class, right, what did I teach you all? The shortcut way. Where the angle crosses, that's how we pronounce the word, right? Like this one, the vertical here, right? This will be 4 cos 15, right? Because it sounds like cross. Okay, then after that, the other side will be sine. Okay, but if you don't understand this one just use your sokatua. Okay, it's basically just using sokatua. So what am I finding here? Okay, we can treat this as my x direction, this one as my y direction. Okay, positive x, positive y. Okay, you can draw the triangle down like this also, it doesn't matter. Okay, but since I put the 15 here already, I put the x and the y. Okay, so xi plus yj direction. Now using this triangle here, okay, here is 4, right? Okay, so if you don't know, you use sokatua. Sokatua, you just put like this, sine 15 degrees will be equals to x over 4. Okay, therefore x will be equals to okay, you can actually just leave it as 4 cos whatever and 4 sine whatever. Okay, you whatever values are, okay, you don't have to follow what I show you in the mark scheme. Any values that is equivalent to that, all will be correct. Okay, so you can write like this, cert 6 minus cert 2. And here, cos 15 degrees equals to y over 4. Y equals to cert 6 plus cert2. But if you write it as, if you leave it as 4 sine 15 and 4 cos 15, or you type in the calculator the value, you get some 1.0352 and all, right? Because EX calculator will give you cert6 minus cert2, right? It will straight away give you the exact value. Okay? So whatever value that is equivalent to this is all acceptable. Okay, it's all acceptable. Okay, but if you want to be safe, this one just change it lah. Okay, just change it. It's just that because later on the questions I think will affect. Okay, but I would prefer actually writing it as 4 sine 15 degrees. This one write it as 4 cos 15 degrees. Okay, I just write all the values down just in case you're right. This one 1.035, 4 cos 15, 3.864. Okay, your final one, when you present, it needs to be, okay, any of this value, I plus any of this value, J. Okay, I'll just write it as 4 cos 15, 4 sine 15, I plus 4 cos 15 J. Yeah, all correct. Just you can leave it as cert also. Okay, all is acceptable. Okay, any value that is equivalent to it. Okay, question B. This is a 5-mark question. Okay, a vector of magnitude 6 on a bearing of 300 degrees is added to a vector of magnitude 2 on a bearing of 230 degrees. Okay, let's use another color for this. Magnitude 2 on a bearing of 230 degrees to give vector V. Find the magnitude and bearing of V. Okay, this question, 6B. Okay, I think just now a lot of you mentioned this one, right? Okay, you all see already? Do you all understand how to do? You all see my working already? Okay, anyone got it correct? They ask you to find what? Magnitude and bearing, right? Okay, magnitude and bearing of V. Okay, so you need to basically join both of these together. Okay, join both of it together, and then we want to find what is the vector. Okay, we want to find what's the vector. After you find the vector, then you have to find the magnitude. So you have to find each individual vectors first right now. Okay, so you all see the diagram that I give you all. Okay, let's look at the green color one first. Magnitude 2, the first one, magnitude 6 on a bearing of 300 degrees. So we just write down here first, magnitude 6 bearing 300 degrees. Okay, this one actually a lot of students, I remember after exam, right? They all ask me, teacher, how come got bearing question? And it's actually the same thing. Okay, it's the same constant velocity problem. Okay, just because they say the word bearing, it's just talking about the direction. Right? Okay, how to draw this? The first one. Okay, the first one. So we find the vector for this one first. Okay, we find the vector for this one first. So 300 degrees will be like this. 300. Okay, then until here. Until here, this is 30 degrees, right? Because 90, 90, 90, then plus 30 become 300. Okay, so until here is 30 degrees. We only want to see this particular triangle here. Okay, this triangle. The others, you don't want to get distracted by it. Okay, so they say magnitude is 6. Okay, magnitude is 6. So I need to find what is my x and y direction. Okay, x and y direction. Okay, so you see, right, actually the shortcut to it. Okay, if you don't know what am I saying for this one, you need to go back to what I taught in vectors. Okay, what I taught in vectors specifically here. Otherwise, you can just use Sokatua. You need to find your x and y direction. And you got to remember, if you're going left and going down, right? Okay, going left and going down, you need to put a negative sign to it. Okay, everyone clear this one? All right, you all see here, this one, if I were to find my vertical one, this one will be 6 sine 30 degrees. Okay, you can use SOHCAHTOA. Okay, you can use SOHCAHTOA because it's a right angle triangle. If you see where the angle crosses, you see here, this is the crossing. So for those who are doing physics also, right, actually you all got learn this deriving it into x and y direction, right? It's the same concept also. Okay, then here will be 6 cos 30 degrees. Okay, so my y direction is 6 sine 30. My x direction is 6 cos 30 degrees. Okay, you just got to remember this. Okay, wherever the angle crosses, that's where the cos is at. Okay, so since this one is going to the left, I need to add a negative to the x direction. Okay, because going to the north, south, east, north. Okay, this is what? Northwest, north, south, east, west. Yeah, northwest direction. Okay, next statement, magnitude 2 bearing 230 degrees. Okay, so you all do the same thing again. You want to find what's the vector of this. You want to find what's the vector of this. So you all draw it out. Okay, 230 degrees will be here, right? Okay, so 180 plus 50 degrees. Okay, so until here, this one will be 50 degrees. Okay, that's how we find the bearing of 230 degrees. Okay, so this direction, my x and my y. Okay, this is going left and down. So both of it will be negative and negative value. Okay, because vector has direction. Left and down is negative. Okay, all this is back to the theory of vector. Okay, what is vector? Magnitude and direction. So this, the reason why I got the negative sign is because of the direction of going left and down. Okay, so since here is 40 degrees, 50 degrees, then here we know that it's 40 degrees. Okay, I want to find what is my x direction and y direction. This will be 2 cos 40 degrees. You need to put a negative to it. Then here going down, this will be 2 sine 40 degrees. Okay, any question until here? I think most of you would have get stuck at this starting part already. You all understand what am I doing here? Okay, it's just the magnitude, and then they are just expressing it in terms of bearing right now. Okay, I'm actually just finding the vector of it. Vector means you got your x and your y direction. Okay, all clear for this one? Okay, all right, so we want to see, right, because both of it, they say now is added to the vector. So that means both of these vector add up together. Okay, this vector 1 plus this vector 2. Okay, this vector 1, if you want to write it out, it will be v equals to negative sine cos 30 degrees I plus 6 sine 30 degrees j. Okay, but we don't have to keep writing out. But if you want to, these are my vector 1. My vector 2 is negative 2 cos 40 degrees I minus, we just put plus negative 2 sine 40 degrees j. Okay, this is what it means. All right, because we want to add it up together, we find the x and the x add together. Okay, and then the y and the y add together. So my x direction is this and this, my I direction. My y direction will be this and this. Okay, so x will be equals to negative sine cos 30 degrees minus 2 cos 40 degrees. Okay, just type it in a calculator, you'll get negative 6.782. Okay, maybe you don't want to write this first because later still got a lot of steps. So we will lose the accuracy if we keep rounding it up. Okay, we just write like this first. Okay, then the y direction, okay, we just leave it like this. Y direction will be the green color one, 6 sine 30 degrees minus 2 sine 40 degrees. Okay, this is my x direction. This is my y direction. Okay, so I'm adding it up, the resultant vector. Okay, the resultant vector will be negative sine cos 30 degrees minus 2 cos 40 degrees I plus 6 sine 30 degrees minus 2 sine 40 degrees J. Okay, now how do we find the magnitude? Because the question say they want to find what is the magnitude and the bearing, right? Okay, the magnitude and the bearing. So magnitude will just be square root x squared plus y squared. Okay, this is my x, this is my y ma. Okay, this is my x, this is my y. So you just need to put the whole thing into the calculator. Okay, do part by part lah. Negative 6 cos 30 degrees minus 2 cos 40 degrees square plus 6 sine 30 degrees minus 2 sine 40 degrees squared. Okay. Type in a calculator. Okay, if you break down, if you all cannot see, just break it down. Okay, you get what? Negative 6.782 square plus 1.7144 square, which you will get 6.94. Okay, 6.94. Okay, we got the magnitude already. Now we want to find what is the bearing. Okay, what is the bearing? All right, so the bearing, right, we just need to draw it out again. Okay, we know what's our x direction, what's our y direction, right? So x direction, okay, maybe this one will be better for us to find the value because I don't know what's the resultant of this. I don't know what's negative sine, negative 6 cos 30 degrees, negative 2 cos 40 degrees. Okay, so you see, actually I calculated here. This was negative 6.782, and this one is positive 1.7144. Okay, why is important to know this final value, right? Okay, this particular final value, because I need to know whether it's going left, up, down, left, or right. Okay, I need to know, I need to sketch it out. By just looking at this value, I don't know. Okay, I don't know what's the value. But why I left it like this for this part here? Sometimes, okay, if you keep square and then you keep rounding it up, you might lose the accuracy of the value. Okay, that's the only reason. Okay, so we don't know how linear they are with giving the marks and how accurate they need it to be. You just need to be careful, especially when you all do questions like with sine, cos, and tangent. The more you're rounding up, the less accurate your value will be. Okay. All right. So now let's find the bearing. Okay, let's find the bearing. So over here, we know that the x direction is negative 6.782. Okay, negative 6.782. And then my y direction is positive 1.7144. Okay, this is my bearing, right? Okay, that means this whole thing from here all the way go until here. This is my bearing. Okay, but I want to find what is this small angle here first. This theta here lah. Okay, or this alpha. Okay, so how I do? There's tangent theta equals to right? 1.7144 over 6.782. My theta here, I'll get 14.2 degrees. Total bearing, Okay, since it's at this direction, it will be 180 plus 14.2 degrees, which you'll get 284.2 degrees. Okay, congratulations. Okay, this one is a tough one, but the good thing they give you 5 marks already. Okay, anyone got it correct?
I got it correct, but I used a different method.
Okay, what method you use?
I drew a graph and connect both lines, and then drew the resultant line. And I found out the resultant vector using the cos rule and the sine rule.
Can also. Okay, so that's the other method.
Would I get all the marks?
Your final mark, your final one is correct. Most likely will be correct already. You can just let me see. Later I look through your paper for this particular question. But you'll get the marks. Yeah, the second method is using cos rule and sine rule by drawing the resultant vector. Okay, but I think typically most students won't use that method. Okay, any question? You keep out finding the bearing. Okay, bearing there 2 marks only lah. 2 marks only. Okay, Ken? Okay, reason why I do this method is because I think most of you, if you all follow textbook method, this is what you all learn. Okay, this is what you all learn. Okay, if no question, let's go to question 7 right now. Okay, all copy. Okay, I think after you see they give you the hard one, then they feel sorry already, then give you an easy question. Okay, yeah, 4 marks, but quite easy. Okay, differentiate y equals to e to the power of 4x tangent x over ln x. All right, I still see some of your working, you straight away go and differentiate the whole thing. Okay, like what I said, try not to. Remember, write your u and your v. Okay, this is just in case. Okay, just in case. And it's for you to check back also. Okay, but if you don't listen to me, it's fine. I'm just giving your advice. Okay, write it in u, v, then u prime, v prime first, before you all straight away put in the differentiation, because sometimes you all got 1 term, 2 terms wrong, right? Then you cannot check back. It's very hard for you to check back. Okay, so write it like this first. Your numerator, e to the power of 4x tangent x, v ln x, u prime. Okay, this one will be what? Again, another product rule, right? Okay, this is your u and v. Okay, so if you want to write down again, you can write it down at the side here. Okay, so this is your u equals to e to the power of 4x, then v equals to tangent x, u prime 4e 4x, v prime secant square x. Okay, this is for this part here lah. Okay, this part here. Then you cross. Okay, which you will get e to the power of 4x secant square x plus 4e 4x tangent x v prime 1 over x. Okay, v prime 1 over x. Cross it. This is using quotient rule. Okay, which you will get dy over dx. This is quite long. Dy over dx, du prime minus uv prime over v squared. Okay, which you will get ln x e 4x secant square x plus 4e 4x tangent x minus e to the power of 4x tangent x times 1 over x over ln x squared. Okay, ln x squared. Don't go do anything extra here. Okay, They never ask you to write it in any form. You just leave it. Okay? Especially for quotient rule. Okay, especially for quotient rule. You just want to leave it here. Don't go and touch it already. The more you all touch it, higher chance you all are going to get it wrong. Okay, so they're just giving you the 4 marks, right? By seeing whether you know how to differentiate it or not. Okay, the last part here, this one 1 mark only. Okay, can do this one. Okay, question 8. Question 8. The function f is defined by fx equals to 3 sine square x minus 2 cos x for 2 to 4, where x is in radians. Find the x coordinate of the stationary point on the curve y equals to fx. Okay, how do we do this? Okay, so we want to find the x coordinate of the stationary point, right? Stationary point means what? When my dy dx equals to 0. Okay, so we basically, this is a keyword here, dy over dx equals to 0. Or in this case, f prime x. Okay, f prime x equals to 0. Okay, so we need to find what is f prime x first. You have to be careful because you see when they put sine square x, right? Okay, I know this one, students only make the common mistake. You can write it down like this, okay, before you all differentiate it. So 3 sine x squared. Okay, you can write it like this first before you all differentiate. Minus 2 cos x. This will be easier for you all to see before you all differentiate it. Okay, then we differentiate it. The bracket there, this one we use chain rule. Okay, if you have to use chain rule. Okay, which you will get what? 6 sine x cos x. This one minus 2 cos x. Okay, the acronym is S, C, negative S, negative C. Okay, go down, go down, go down, then after that, go up, like that. Okay, so sine, you differentiate, you get cos. Cos, you differentiate, you get negative sine. Negative sine, you differentiate, you get negative cos. Negative cos, go back all the way up again. So you see this one, negative cos, right? So I go back to positive sine, which I'll get plus 2, plus 2 sine x. Okay. We factorize it, later easier for us to solve it. So 2 sine x, 3 cos x plus 1. Okay, so I want to find the stationary point. Stationary point when f prime x equals to 0. Okay, so 2 sine x, 3 cos x plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, go and solve this. So 2 sine x equals to 0. Sine x equals to 0. Okay, when I say, remember your this one, if sine x equals to 0, okay, sine x equals to 0. Okay, let's see. They say within 2 to 4 only, right? Okay, within 2 to 4 only. Okay, this one, just sketch it up. Like that. Okay. So your answer, this one should be what? 0, pi, and 2 pi, right? Okay, but you need to check for the values. 2 pi is actually how much? 6.283. Okay, your domain of x values is only 2 to 4. So I can only take 0 and pi. No, 0 also cannot. Okay, 0 also cannot. So only pi based on this sine x equals to 0. So x will be equals to pi. Okay, we don't have to use ASTC for 0, -1, and 1. It will be easier for you all to calculate from like this. Calculate this part here. 3 cos x plus 1 equals to 0. cos x equals to negative 1 over 3. Okay, so alpha will be equals to 1.23. Okay, make sure you change it in radian to radian mode for this, because you see, they say the question is in radian, right? Okay, so alpha equals to 1.23. ASTC, since this one is a negative cos, will be where? Here and here. Okay, second quadrant and third quadrant. Okay, so pi minus 1.23. Okay, the x here, this is pi minus alpha. This one, pi plus alpha. Okay, pi minus alpha and pi plus alpha. X will be equals to 1.91 and pi plus 1.23, 4.37. Okay, this one all out of range, right? All reject. Okay, so none of these value are acceptable. Only x equals to pi. So if you got any extra values, minus mark. Okay, minus mark. Okay, any question? Listen. Any question? Okay, we go the next one. Then we take a short break. I think all of you are quite tired area. Okay, question B. Solve the equation fx equals to 1 minus 3 cos x. Okay, fx was what? fx was 3 sine square x minus 2 cos x. So we just need to solve this. This is a what? Trigo question, right? Okay, 3 sine square x minus 2 cos x equals to 1 minus 3 cos x. Okay, got sine, got cos, change everything. So use your identities. So sine square x, we change it to 1 minus cos square x. Okay, using your identities. 1 minus cos square x minus 2 cos x equals to 1 minus 3 cos x. Okay, then we'll get this one, 3 minus 3 cos square x minus 2 cos x equals to 1 minus 3 cos x. Rearrange it, 3 cos square x minus cos x minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, you will get a quadratic equation. Okay, so until here you get 2 marks. Okay, until here you get 2 marks. All right, so we can use the let method to simplify how to actually solve it. Okay, you can follow this. Let m equals to cos x, so it's easier for you to see. So you get 3m squared minus m minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, you get 3m plus 2, m minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, then after that, go and solve it. M equals to negative 2 over 3, m equals to 1. Okay, this one we change back to cos x. So cos x equals to negative 2 over 3. Okay, they said it's in, okay, this whole question is in radian, right? Okay, so we solve it in radian. Okay, so alpha, this one 0.84. Okay, cos graph, since cos is negative, so here and here. Okay, second and third quadrant. Okay, second quadrant will be x equals to pi minus alpha. This one x equals to pi plus alpha. Okay, we should get x equals to 2.3 and 3.98. Okay, go and solve for your 1 also. Okay, go and solve for your 1 also. So since cos x is equals to 1, normally for this one, I'll just look at the graph. Okay, 0, 1, and negative 1 Yeah, I mentioned this a couple of times already. Just look at the graph. It's much easier for you to see. Okay, so 1 is 0 and 2 pi. Okay, 0 and 2 pi. Therefore, x is equal to 0 and 2 pi. However, what did they say in the question? Your x value is only from 2 to 4. So this one, reject. Okay, so your only answer is this one. You cannot leave the answer there. You cannot leave the answer there. Oh, very long this paper actually. Okay, Ken? Any question until here? Okay, how many marks you all minus already until here? I think the behind one is the hard one. Anyone still 0 marks? 0 marks minus. Perfect score. Okay, we take a short break first. Okay, now it's 8:24. Okay, let's take a 5 minutes break so that y'all can rest a bit and then y'all can ask any question that y'all want to ask. All right, be right back. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're going to continue question 9 right now. In this question, all lengths are in cm. The diagram shows a circle center O radius A. The lines PT and QT are tangents to the circle at P and Q respectively. Angle POQ is 2 phi radians. Okay, in the case where the area of the sector of OPQ is equal to the area of the shaded region. Okay, so this part here is equal to this part here. Show that tangent phi is equals to 2 phi. Okay, how do this question? Okay, you all said this question was the hard one, right? All right, how we can do split this into 2 first. Wait, split this into 2. Okay, like this. Okay, so here is 2 phi, right? Don't, it means half of it will be just phi. Okay, it's actually just a 4-mark question here, right? Okay, so sector area will be what? Okay, we calculate what's the sector area first. Sector area equals to half a square, okay, half r square theta, right? So half a square 2 phi. Okay, we also know, they say over here what? PT and QT are tangents. Okay, so what's the relationship between tangent and the radius of the circle? You need to know that they are 90 degrees to each other. Okay, 90 degrees to each other here. All right, so what else can we find? Okay, so we can use Sokatua. Tangent phi is equals to PT over A. Okay, so we find the length of PT. PT equals to A tangent phi. Okay, how do we find the area? Half times base times height, right? Okay, so the area of POT, okay, area of POT, half times base times height. Okay, this is, okay, you can label here, this is A tangent phi. Okay, so A tangent phi. Okay, which you will get A times A tangent phi, or A square lah. Okay, let's see whether I want to open it up or not. Okay, shaded area. So shaded area will be one of it A tangent phi minus half A square 2 phi. Okay, and then can I say that okay, wait, something is okay, then we say that it's equal, right? They say here area of the sector OPQ is equals to the area of the shaded area. A, okay, we can just use that A square tangent phi. Okay, this time we change it A times A tangent phi. So we change it A square tangent phi minus half A square 2 phi equals to half A square 2 phi. Okay. A square tangent phi equals to A square 2 phi. Tangent phi equals to 2 phi. Okay. Easy, this one. All right, next one. In the case when the perimeter of the sector OPQ is equals to half the perimeter of the shaded region, find an expression for tangent phi in terms of phi. Okay, so what can we find here? Okay, you all just follow the working. I think because of time also. Last question. You download the paper. Okay, screenshot it. I sent the paper just now already. Can, Sahas. What is the O with the slash mean? Angle. This is an angle. It's just a Greek symbol. Like theta like that. Just that they pattern a bit lah. They give a different symbol. Okay. The working for this second one. Okay, working for this second one, you can just follow the answer sheet. Okay, arc length PQ will be equals to R theta, right? So 2 phi A. Okay, therefore perimeter, if you refer to the diagram, perimeter OPQ will be equals to 2A plus 2A phi lah. Okay, or A2 phi. Okay, perimeter of the shaded area. So you just need to look over here. Perimeter of the shaded area will be perimeter of the shaded will be equals to 2A tangent phi plus A2 phi. Okay, they say equals to each other, right? No, sorry, not half the perimeter. Okay, so you need to multiply by half for the shaded one. So 2A plus A2 phi equals to 1 over 2, 2A tangent phi plus A2 phi. Okay. Multiply it. 2, yeah, just put the 2A phi. This one will be A tangent phi plus 2 divided by 2 will be A phi. Whole thing divided the whole equation by A. Okay, then you get 2 plus 2 phi equals to tangent phi plus phi. Rearrange it, you get tangent phi equals to phi plus 2. Okay, screenshot it. Okay, those who cannot follow, or there's those who need a copy. Okay, a few of you mark the paper already. Okay, if you all mark finish already, you can just put the marks inside there. Okay, next one. Question 10. A geometric progression has a first term A and common ratio R where R is more than 0. The second term of this progression is 8. Okay, the sum of the third and the fourth term is 160. Show that R satisfy the equation R squared plus R minus 20 equals to 0. Okay, so you write down whatever information that they give you in the question. So they say second term. So my second term is equals to 8. This is a geometric progression. Geometric progression, just refer to the front, get all your formulas out. Okay, so T2 equals to 8. Okay, T2 equals to 8. Therefore, AR to the power of n minus 1. So AR to the power of 2 minus 1, which is AR equals to 8. Okay, normally for geometric progression, you got to remember this. When you want to solve to find your A or R, right, you divide the entire equation. Okay, that means to do simultaneous equation to find A or R. Okay, this is for geometric progression. Okay, normally divide both equations with each other. You don't do your elimination or your substitution. Okay, just divide both equations with each other. This is normally the nature of the geometric progression kind of equation. Okay, so you will get A equal. Oh wait, sorry for this one because you mix with sum. Okay, if they give you both term, okay, if they give you both term. Sorry, my bad, this one. Okay, first equation, so second equation, sum 3 and 4. Okay, sum 3 to 4. So that means your third term and your fourth term, we can just write T3 plus T4, okay, which is equals to 160. This will give you AR squared plus AR cubed. Okay, AR squared plus AR cubed equals to 160. Okay, you got equation 1, equation 2, you sub 1 into 2. Okay, but normally you just need to take note. Okay, for geometric progression, most students I see always stuck is when they cannot solve like to find the A or the R, right? Normally you want to think about dividing the entire equation. Okay, so you all just write down this note. Later you all see in the past year questions. Okay, so sub it in 8R R squared plus 8 over R cubed equals to 160. Okay, simplify it, we will get 8R plus 8R squared equals to 160. 8R squared plus 8R minus 160 equals to 0. Divide the whole equation, R squared plus R minus 20 equals to 0. Okay, find the value of A. Okay, find the value of A. So I got my R here already. R squared plus R minus 20 equals to 0. Solve it. R minus 4, R plus 5 equals to 0. R is equals to 4, R is equals to -5. R equals -5, we reject it because questions say R is more than 0. Okay, then after that we sub, okay, we sub R equals to 4 into equation 1. Therefore, A will be equals to 8 over 4, which is equals to 2. Okay, A equals to 2. Okay, next one. An arithmetic progression has first term P and common difference 2. Okay, the Q term of this progression is 14. Okay, Q term. A different arithmetic progression has first term P and common difference 4. The sum of the first Q terms is 168. Find the value of P and Q. Okay, find the value of P and Q. Okay, so we just need to write down whatever information that they give us here. Okay, so the first one, based on the first statement, which is the yellow color one, the Q term, right? So A plus N minus 1D. Okay, the formula that we're going to use here, this is a arithmetic progression. Okay, so you just need to look up back to the formula in front. Your T1 formula or the UN formula is A plus N minus 1D. Your Sn is N over 2, 2A plus N minus 1D. You just need to copy from the front only. Okay, so the first equation, P plus Q minus 1, 2 equals to 14. P plus 2Q minus 2 equals to 14. P plus 2Q equals to 16. Okay, therefore, P equals to 16 minus 2Q. Okay, this is equation 1. Okay, second equation, the green color statement, they say the sum of the terms. So Q over 2, 2P plus Q minus 1, 4 equals to 168. Q over 2, 2P plus 4Q minus 4 equals to 168. Okay, you just sub in from here lah. Okay, sub in from here. So sub equation 1 into 2. Okay, so Q over 2, 2 times 16 minus 2Q plus 4Q minus 4 equals to 168. Okay, so Q over 2, 32 minus 4Q plus 4Q minus 4 equals to 168. Q over 2, 28 equals to 168. 14Q equals to 168. Q equals to 12. Okay, I got my Q already. So just sub in, okay, from equation 1. Sub in, P equals to 16 minus 2 times 12. Okay, which you will get negative 8. Okay, so P equals to negative 8. Q equals to 12. Okay. Okay, next one, question 11. Okay, this is the fun one. 9-mark question. Okay, just gonna tell you all first. Okay, I think I've looked through some of your workings for this. Different people got different type of working. If your final answer is okay, because the mark scheme also, the official mark scheme, they're not very clear on the marks, but they give quite open. If your final answer is k equals to pi minus 1, right? Most likely you get full marks already. Okay, k equals to pi minus 1. All right. So if your working is slightly different from whatever I wrote there, it's fine. Okay, whatever I wrote. Okay, question 11. The diagram shows part of the line y equals to 1 and one complete period of the curve y equals to 1 plus cos x, where x is in radians. The line PQ is a tangent to the curve at P and at Q. Okay, at P and at Q. So this is a tangent line. The line QR is parallel to the y-axis. Area A is enclosed by the line y equals to 1 and the curve. Okay, so here, area B by the line and y equals to 1. The line PQ and the curve. Given that area A to area B is 1 to k, find the exact value of k. So many information here. Okay, so many information here. So what do we want to find actually? We basically need to find what is area A and what is area B. Okay, what is area A and what is area B? So you slowly break it down, no? Okay, think how you all can find what's area A and area B. All right. what I'll do, okay, you all see based on my diagram. Okay, let's state what is point P and point Q first. Okay, so point P and point Q. Point P will be equals to 0, 2. Point Q is 2 pi and 2, right? Okay, you can actually just sub into this equation. Okay, sub into this equation. It's actually a 1 plus cos x graph lah. Okay, 1 plus cos x. So one whole cos graph, this one should be 2 pi, right? Then after that, here is the middle ma. Okay, y equals to 1 half of it. This one will be 2 lor. Okay, so we know here is actually 2 and here 1. Okay, what other information do we have? Okay, we also know because this is the middle. Okay, because you see, they say also here, 1 complete period of the curve. Okay, so what we know here also, here, since it's the middle, we know here is pi over 2. Here is pi. Here is 3 over 2 pi. This is 2 pi. Okay, because this is one whole period of a cos graph. Okay, what I did, I think some of you I saw did different way. Okay, but what I did, I find area of rectangle first. Okay, so area of rectangle will be 2 pi times 2, which is equals to 4 pi. So I just base times height. Okay, then I want to find what's the area under the graph, okay, of here. So that means this part here first. Okay, this whole part here. Okay, so I find the area here, and then the area here. Okay, how do I find the area here, and why do I want to find the area here and here? Because I want to take the rectangle minus off here so I can get area A and area B together. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna put this in green color. Area under the graph of y equals to 1 plus cos x. Okay, we integrate 0 to 2 pi. Okay, then 1 plus cos x dx. Okay, we do our definite integral. Okay, so 1 plus cos x, you integrate it, you get x plus sine x, then from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, I'm finding the green color region there. Okay, this is the green color region. Calculate it. 2 pi plus sine 2 pi minus 0 plus sine 0. Okay, this you will get 2 pi. Okay, 2 pi. Okay. So area A plus area B. Okay, let's go to the next section. Area A plus B, right, is taking the rectangle minus the area under the graph, right? Yeah, the one to draw this rectangle. So it's 4 pi minus 2 pi, which is equals to 2 pi. Yeah, I'm just taking this value minus this value. Okay. All right. Now, how do I find the area A? Okay, so we look over here. Area A. Can I repeat the same thing again? Okay, I find the area of the rectangle minus this small area here. Okay, minus this small area here. Okay, I want to find what's area A next. Find area A. Okay, so the rectangle here will be, rectangle shape will be equals to pi times 1, which is equals to pi. Okay, so here is pi. Here is pi. Then my height is 1. Therefore, I just take pi times 1. Okay, then the area under the graph, so which is this part here. Okay, area under the graph area under y equals to 1 plus cos x. I integrate, okay, from pi over 2 to 3 over 2 pi. Okay, then we get 1 plus cos x dx. Okay, then equals to x plus sine x pi over 2, then 3 pi over 2. 3 pi over 2. Okay, go and slowly solve it. Okay, sub it in. 3 pi over 2 plus sine 3 pi over 2. Okay, so this is your subbing in your 3 pi over 2, then minus pi over 2 plus sine pi over 2. 3 pi over 2 minus 1 minus pi over 2 plus 1. Okay, we get pi minus 2. Okay, so area, the area for A will be the rectangle minus the area under the graph. So pi minus pi minus 2. Okay, so my here A will be equals to 2. Okay, area A is equals to 2. Okay, so what we know just now based on the equation that we calculated, right? A plus B is equals to 2 pi, which is what we found here. So A plus B, A plus B equals to 2 pi. We know that A is equals to 2, so 2 plus B is equals to 2 pi. B equals to 2 pi minus 2. Okay, what do you want to find? We want to find A to B, right? Okay, what is the ratio of area A to area B? Okay, so the last part here, area A to B, we can write it as 2 over 2 pi minus 2. Okay, 2 over 2 pi minus 2. We can factorize it like this. 2 pi minus 1. Cancel, cancel. This is 1 to pi minus 1. We can write the ratio, right? Ratio and fraction, we can write it like this. So 1 to pi minus 1. Therefore, your k is equals to pi minus 1. Okay, very fun, this question. Very, very fun. Okay, 9 marks question. Okay, I saw some of you got it correct. Okay, some of you didn't try. Okay, any question for this particular question? Okay, no question? All can do? Okay, if all can do, let's go to the last one. Okay, let's go to the last question for today. Question 12. Okay, a curve is given such that d square y over dx square equals to square root x plus 1 over 4th root x square. Given that the gradient of the curve is 4 over 3 at the point 1, negative 1, find the equation of the curve. Okay, this one is quite easy. It's basically giving you from d square y over dx square. Okay, give you from d square y over dx square, ask you to integrate, go to dy over dx, then ask you integrate, go back to y. But every time you got to remember, you have to plus c, which is your plus c or plus d, which is to find arbitrary constant. Okay, must find arbitrary constant. Arbitrary constant. Okay, which is your plus c value. Okay, which is the plus c value. Okay, so as long as you follow these rules, you should be okay. All right. So the integration, you just need to follow whatever rules of your integration that you all have learned already. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so we start with d square y over dx square. So we want to integrate, then we make it to dy over dx. So dy over dx, which is integrating this equation here, square dx. Okay, you want to simplify this first. Okay, let's see how can we simplify it. Square root x plus 1 square over square root x. Okay, your fourth root can become square root dx. Okay, on top here, you'll get integrate x plus 2 sub x plus 1 over, okay, you can change it to x to the power 1 over 2. Easier for you to simplify. Okay, so let's see what can we do some more. Okay, we can change this one to x plus 2x to the power 1 over 2 plus 1 over x to the power 1 over 2 dx. So every term divided by x to the power of 1 over 2, which you'll get x to the power of 1 over 2 plus 2 plus x to the power of negative 1 over 2 dx. Okay, so we are just simplifying the equation first. Okay, what is given to us, the d square y over dx squared. Okay, now we want to, over here only we integrate it. Okay, so above is all simplifying. So above only you get 2 marks. All right, so here, this is just the basic power rule. So plus 1 to your n, then you divide by n plus 1. Okay, this one you get plus 2x, this one you get plus 2x to the power 1 over 2. Okay, don't forget your plus c. Okay, you need to plus c. This part here is very, very important. Okay, if the moment you stop, you didn't find the plus c, right? Your bottom half, the second half of the marks all gone already. Okay, go and simplify this. You get 2 over 3 x to the power of 3 over 2 plus 2x plus 2x to the power of 1 over 2 plus c. Okay, so they say in the question, gradient of the curve, right? So this is your dy over dx. Okay, your dy over dx at the point 1, negative 1. Okay, so when you just need to sub in, when x equals to 1, dy over dx equals to 4 over 3. Okay, just sub it in so that we can find what's the c value. So 2 over 3, 1 to the power of 3 over 2 plus 2 times 1 plus 2 times 1 over 2 plus c equals to dy over dx, which is 4 over 3. Rearrange the entire equation, you will get c equals to negative 10 over 3. Okay, so this is your dy over dx value first. Okay, let's continue down here. So my dy over dx, okay, my dy over dx, no space here. Dy over dx will be equals to 2 over 3x to the power of 3 over 2 plus 2x plus 2x to the power of 1 over 2 minus 10 over 3. Okay, then after that, you integrate it one more time. Y equals to, okay, whatever value the equation on top, minus 10 over 3 dx. Okay, this one just basic one again. So you get 4 over 15 x to the power of 5 over 2 plus x squared plus 4 over 3 x to the power of 3 over 2 minus 10 over 3x. Okay, this one normally I like to write plus d. Okay, you want to write plus c1 plus c2 also is fine. Okay, any alphabet lah. Okay, but try not to write plus c again because you already defined c on top. Okay, C is already defined. So you want to write another alphabet. Normally, we will write D. Okay, then after that, you just need to sub in the X and Y value that is given to you in the question. So add 1 and -1 so that you can find the D value. So 4/15, 1 to the power of 5/2 plus 1 square plus 4/3, 1 to the power of 3/2 minus 10/3, 1 plus D equals to -1. Okay, go ahead and find what's your D. Okay, D will be -4/15. Okay, make sure you be careful. This one is actually all sub in 1 only. So easy to sub in. Okay, final value. Therefore, Y is equals to 4/15 x to the power of 5/2 plus x squared plus 4/3 x to the power of 3/2 minus 10/3 x minus 4/15. All right, congratulations. Okay, I think this last question is rather easy. It's just long, but pretty easy. Okay, so go out a bit, which one? Yeah. Okay, everyone, please mark the paper. Okay, please mark the paper and please write your marks in the master tracker. Okay, I would like to see all your marks. Then I will see what are your grades. Okay, so that's all for this paper. I'll stop the recording here. See you all in the next class.